The site of Thomas the Tank Engine crossing the fields of Kent. It leaves from the Kent and East Sussex Railway in Tenterden, where many old engines are carefully restored each year.
I see the steam trains and hear the steam trains every day. Never in a million years did I think I'd actually be working here. I used to think it was for spotters, train spotters and things like that. So coming to a station like this, you've got the history, there's a large amount of staff that work here, so everybody's different, lots of different characters.
The station operates during peak seasons with themed events, but towards the end of the year, the station closes its doors and then the hard work begins.
So November, January, February is when we do all the maintenance on all the tracks and anything that needs sort of doing up, painting, any work that needs doing on any of the platforms from Northiam to Bodiam back to Tenterden again.
Andrew Hardy works for the charity. He's a keen enthusiast who says the restoration process can vary in length.
Time-wise to restore an engine very much depends on what you start with. If you're starting with a completely clapped out wreck of a steam engine that came out of British Rail service in the 60s, you can look anywhere up to 2 decades. There are some groups that still hadn't finished a locomotive they started 2 decades ago.
Kent and East Sussex Railway is close to finishing their current project, a steam train called Wainwright. As Andrew Hardy recalls, it's one of our 4 steam engines dubbed as a Yank tank, which were used during World War II.
They were built for the war efforts. They came over to the UK, some of them went out into France, onto the continent during the Second World War. A number of them came back to the UK and went into the ownership of the Southern Railway, which later became part of British Rail. Mortsall and Wainwright finished off at Ashford Works, just down the road. And when steam finished and they replaced them with diesels, they were going to scrap the 2 locomotives, and they were being towed away to be scrapped, when actually they had a mechanical problem. They got put into some sidings at Tunbridge. The guys here at the Kent and East Sussex found out about this, went and had a look at them, made them an offer to buy them, and then moved them by road from Tunbridge round to the railway here, and they've lived here and been working ever since.
The railway charity has 26 employees and around 200 volunteers who work across the stations from Tenterden to Bodiam. Karen Gay is amazed at the dedication, and without it the living piece of history would simply disappear.
You've got people that are real enthusiasts that come down for the trains, obviously, and they see them fully restored and working. And you see the satisfaction on your customers' faces that, you know, there's been a lot of hours, a lot of money that's been spent on these engines. And I think it's the satisfaction of the people that actually work on the engines themselves, that volunteer in the engineering department. And I think it's just that, look what we've created, look what we've got working now on the rails.